Good boy, good boy. Good Footy Energies.
Hello and welcome to Good Footy Energies, the place where the only stat we care about is the ground ball and all other stats can disappear into the ether as far as I'm concerned.
Couldn't agree more.
Agreed. Brad, you're a vessel for the truth.
Oh, no.
I'm loving that that's coming out tonight.
Apparently.
Apparently.
What are you up? What have you been up to, boys?
Busy. Just busy boy. Motor?
Spent the weekend in Clare,
Nice.
South Australia.
City.
And yeah, went up there, had a gourmet weekend.
Well deserved.
Our friend Frank was telling us we got invited up for the Clare Gourmet Festival.
Oh, it was a festy.
And when we got invited, our friend Lockie said, "Let's go up to Clare and for a gourmet weekend." And my friend Frank thought that my friend Lockie was just referring to a weekend away as a gourmet weekend,
I like that.
which I thought was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
So he was unprepared for the gourmetness.
Sounds
Yeah.
like he had no gourmet going on.
He wore the wrong jeans. He's like, you didn't tell me it was a gourmet festival.
Yeah, I got these ripped.
Yeah.
I got these distressed jeans on.
They aren't samurais.
They ain't
He had
samurai.
a bag full of fresh herbs.
Oh,
But, yeah, some basil and stuff. But yeah, he
very
did.
nice. Bit of oregano as well.
Yeah,
Don't mind if I do.
it was a great weekend. What have you been up to, Brad?
Just been in the, let's say the Royd Lounge.
Dude, just chilling.
Get chilling in the
Just
right
been in
lounge.
The trade lounge.
Oh yeah.
Let's take a daiquiri timeout. Daiquiris.
What have you been up to, Rufus?
What I do.
Something good.
Yeah, no, something good. I can't.
I sent you a Family Guy YouTube. You didn't reply.
Didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it.
Hot air balloon. Didn't watch
It
it.
was And then there's like, your friend is the coolest guy I've ever been up here.
But I didn't actually watch any footy. So
Dude, that.
Well, let me take you through
Yeah,
it, mate. Let
please
me
do.
bring you on a journey and bring the listeners with us. By the way, I'm Brad Hollis and here's Ruben Motes and GJ Jesus
GJ!
on the daiquiri button. We've only got one button tonight,
Daiquiri
and it is daiquiri
Daiquiris.
time. So start off the round with Collingwood and Bulldogs, and the doggies got up. There's one quote that stood out to me from JB. It was quite funny.
I'm prepared.
I'll say it first and I'll play it.
Say it then
say
play
that,
it.
play it. But don't spray it.
Do something.
How's the echo on that one? Do something.
So basically, Ollie Henry, who plays for Pies,
Yep.
and I think he's Jack Henry's brother, who plays for Geelong.
Yep.
And he's good. He's like, well, he kept missing on the weekend, but like I see the potential.
yeah,
don't
absolutely.
give up, young bloody.
No
He's
way,
taken
no
marks.
way.
You can tinker that.
Exactly. It's easy.
Well, it's not. Well, it can be easy.
Easy
It can.
enough.
I don't know.
Everything can be easy if you let it be easy.
All you do, you go out on the field, put your headphones into the crowd, and try to visualize. But yeah, he was missing him, and BT was like going through it, and I don't know what he said, but he's like he's missed like 4 in a row, and then JB just comes in. It may not be as funny as I remember, but he's just like, I reckon it's 5. That's funny. It was just the way he said it was like. So I got the KO up.
Nice.
So play this. Hold on, I'll go back.
He's in behind Giray. It was a really good kick to advantage, but
We'll cut a little bit.
just got him under the
Yeah,
ball.
leave it as is.
And he knew where the...
Give the Magpies some belief.
They needed it too.
Heading to quarter time, and
Ooh.
that's not what he or his club wanted.
Well, he's had 3 golden opportunities, Henry, in this first quarter. And hasn't been able to convert one of them. So Daniel now. Wonder whether Cordy, magnificent. I wonder whether they can turn off the tap. The Dogs can be satisfied here and not concede. Cameron now back inside to Cruz. Wanted to get back on the left.
Must have been before that.
The quote is silent.
It must have been before that. Can you imagine? It wasn't there.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. You've literally imagined it.
There's no way.
This is once again,
no way.
Once again, the truth coming through you like a vessel. Just saying, it was James Brayshaw's voice saying, I think it might have been 5.
Yeah.
You didn't actually hear.
Yeah. But it must have been before when they were just talking about it. And then BT's gone over it again. But that's crazy.
That's better.
All right, we're going to listen to this whole thing.
These are the football on Channel 5.
Forward, Ollie Henry. Couple of good moments here for Collingwood.
We really need to kick this one. Isn't
G
it the
used
same
his
one?
body well in that marking contest.
Same one.
Ollie Henry, look at him here. He's in behind you.
I reckon it's
It was a
before
really
we got
good
to
kick
it.
to advantage.
Yeah, but now Richo's talking, so
Just
I think
got him under the
heard
ball.
this.
I don't think so.
And he knew where the
think you're wrong.
ball was going.
I
He
think
knew
he's
where
right.
the drop zone was. That is a
He's
real...
right. I told you
We've heard this before.
Richard ain't coming in twice.
I heard this.
This has got to go through.
You're wrong.
Give the Magpies some
Brad's
belief.
wrong.
Heading to quarter time.
Imagine if he says it though now.
Could it be his next shot?
Not what he or his club wanted.
Well, he's had 3 golden opportunities, Henry, in this first quarter. Not concede.
Brad's now going to have an
Cameron
existential
now, back
crisis.
inside to Cruz, wanted to get back on the left, did that very, very nicely. Henry flies, couldn't bring it down. Hoskinelli went
got so
past it. Dale's got it.
Here's to go.
Here it is. Here it is, Brad.
Crispin, goal again. Tumbles it forward. Hold. Dodge one.
Yeah.
No,
I've
but-
written 120 left second quarter, which is right there. And I remember it being a point. It got kicked in. I remember the same camera angle. You know how it was really quiet for a while? They're fucking taking it out.
Did you?
I'm not even joking,
Yeah,
man.
Did you like timestamp it at the time, or did you just look at how many points he kicked and when he kicked him? And
I saw it happen. Then about 20 seconds went, and I went, I'm going to note
remember
that.
that, yep.
It was about what, a minute left. So gone
Minute 20.
About 20.
Yep.
Minute 20.
Yeah, so Brad has
Scientific.
literally timestamped it, which means that they have taken out the commentary.
Because it was so.
either that or Brad's in the midst of something much deeper than that, something more sinister.
Well, it's just alternate realities. Which,
It is.
Yeah.
I think they changed the frames.
I could see JB being wrong about that correction and then going back and asking them to take it off the replay.
Oh, could you imagine? Because it's like, he said no.
Brad, this is seriously Da Vinci Code type
Alright.
stuff, all right?
We're gonna.
Because I was worried that you thought, scrap this bit, but this is what we're talking about. This is the bit, dude.
All right.
They've deleted the commentary. All right?
I don't know if this is the bit.
It's the ancient civilizations.
In the
dude.
DNA.
You are-
So what he had, JB, 3 misses and 1 he tried to give away, so 4 opportunities.
Might even be 5. Just got into his head.
The other one on the boundary on the other side.
Second
and then that
quarter.
one.
Yeah, the quarter's wrong.
What?
He got his pussies and his pies mixed up. Oh, you stronzo. You fucking
Yeah,
stronzo,
absolute
man.
chooch, mate.
Yeah, biggest chooch. Oh.
He's got his pussies and his pies mixed up. Classic case.
So you're telling me in both quarters,
At a minute 20.
at a minute 20, what's his name's lining up?
Imperfect cursive.
I swear I went to the second quarter, by the way.
You were the
Because I
first.
did
He
know
was
I
definitely
because
the
I'd written.
first.
That is weird. And because I had this, he had the
Wait,
same
is that
back,
wait?
had
Is
the
that
same back
was it the
shot.
second quarter?
This is now.
Yeah, because on your notes it says second.
Tonight,
Yeah. That's why I thought I went there.
and he hasn't converted any of them.
But that does make sense. Firstly,
It does.
because the first time he said 3,
Yeah.
so that means my math was off.
Mm.
And then also, I did think they were kicking the other way, but I just thought,
Nah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right, so
let's go back.
Start
So,
again.
Yeah,
now.
and
we're gonna
actually
do-
enjoy
Yeah.
the moment.
So we can do the whole podcast again?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And Henry
Here we go.
did his best not to take the mark, but in the end, it's all good.
JB, we spoke about Collingwood.
He played a good game then. He was
that's
getting
what they
marked.
like, the
That's what I'm
run
saying,
through
he's
the middle,
getting
the run
marked.
and create, handball
Instead of
receive,
Richo, it's Hodgie. It's like the
and
different.
just going in numbers.
It's the different quarter. It's like this.
15 gone.
Always have support left and right. Always have blokes running for you.
Thanks, Luke.
So what's he
Congrats.
had, JB? 3 misses and 1 he tried to give away, so 4 opportunities.
Might even be 5.
Might even be far.
Just got into his head.
Dude, this guy, he's got the yips though.
Yeah. It was funny because I remember at the time, I must be thinking almost similar. JB's like, I think it's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
more. Because he's been getting them and
Yep.
missing them. And then JB's like, I think it might have been 5.
I love that. I always feel like JB is that commentator that like we are probably most connected with on a on maybe a spiritual front. You know,
I think he does pay more attention than Brian to the details.
Yeah, he's all about the details.
Love how them on between Friday and Saturday. No, sorry, but on TV and radio, it's like the difference between your mum's side of the family and your dad's side of the family. You know, there's a bit of a meme on Twitter or wherever, TikTok going around about that sort of.
Just about the commentary team in general.
Oh no, about them going to your mum's side versus your dad's side. Like one's wild, one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. So you're saying is when on the radio, you know, they're probably dad's side, and when they're on TV, they're mum's side. Yeah, exactly what I thought. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Except not in my case, because probably my mum's side's crazier than my dad's side.
Well, that's what some people on TikTok were saying in the comments.
I don't think the joke specifies which side.
In the comments, they were like,
specified.
Actually, my mum.
Actually, this doesn't quite work for me because it's a bit of a switcheroo in my family. Like, how about you just get over the details?
Details.
What's the wildest thing one of your mum's family's done?
I think my tried to my once.
Okay. And
I keep it real on the Good Footy Energies Podcast.
You're right. It was 5, the other one on the boundary on the other side, and then that one 6.
Take a daiquiri
You asked for it.
Daiquiris.
So we're going to beep that out. But speaking of TikTok, we actually
Jesus, is she like
25
lifeline?
one of our TikToks did quite well.
Yeah, we're huge on the talk now,
Dude,
Brad.
are we talking?
We're talking.
Are we ticking as well?
We've actually 15K views.
Wow.
Is that a lot? that a lot for-
Our other best was 1.5 something.
Oh yeah. So in comparison to whatever we've been putting out, but I won't be happy till it reaches a million.
Right,
I feel like
a
a million's quite
I feel
low.
we're on our way. I feel like maybe we should give Josh Garb a quick call and just ask him if he's got one bit of advice for us.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Just because he's a TikTok man.
Does he know you're calling?
He's a tick whiz.
No, he'll be fine.
I love that. Yes, coming in uninterrupted.
You hear me?
Oh!
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, Josh, how you going? You're on the podcast. Basically, we just had a TikTok video get 15,000 views, and you're the TikTok man. We thought and we thought we'd come to you just for us. We just want one piece of advice to, keep moving forward. What's your? Do you have any advice for us?
Or to deal with the fame?
Yeah, well, just
advice in general.
To build up, keep building as we go. We're in uncharted territory.
What's the story about the fable of the guy that flew too high, close to the sun?
Icarus, of course.
Icarus, yeah. Well, I feel like hit the dad, and you guys are the child, and right now you guys have the wing flying. I don't quite understand TikTok. We put up one today. I thought it was funny. Did terribly. We put one up. That was the dumbest thing ever the other day, and then it's a million views. So who knows? It's an untamed beast, but it has a lot of power. So I would just say, make sure your next one's also good. Was that the one with...
That's pretty good advice.
Sorry, you cut out there. Yeah, that was one with Goxie.
Oh, with Gogsy. Oh, okay. Cool. Maybe just get more Gogsy.
Yeah, that seems to be the...
Yeah, I was also going to suggest that, so I'm glad you mentioned that, Josh.
All right, Josh. Thanks for that, mate. We'll catch you around.
Wait, Josh, before you go...
Okay.
Little personal question. You've been enjoying the playoffs? I love talking basketball with you. You've been loving it?
I have been. I watched both games yesterday. It's hard to keep up. NBA is games every day. So if you miss one day, you're like out of all the lexicon of chat.
Absolutely.
But yes, I loved it. It was cool to get a couple of upsets, and I was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of cool seeing Luka Doncic, big Luka fan, just to see it. Anytime I see a fat person do well, I think as Australians, people always say the lucky country for the lucky country, but that was actually said in jest by the poet. He was talking about we were basically lucky to we basically were the laziest country. And I think that's why, I can't remember the cricketer, but whenever there's like a fat cricketer or a fat athlete, we just think, I think it brings them something closer to us. So to see Luka Doncic dominate the way he does with a pot belly, I just freaking love it.
Yeah, he's definitely got a Slovenian belly, that's for certain.
Can I tell you what I've just been doing, guys? And why I'm interrupting?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
I've printed out 30 election posters, like exactly the same dimensions. And I just run around and they say, this is a good pod, not these flogs. And we put them in 30 different locations. It took so long, but like there's all these serious flogs and like 13 different faces of the most annoying faces you ever seen, and then us in front of them all now because we're 5 days till the election.
That is absolutely amazing.
Well, that's the guerrilla marketing that we were looking for, bro.
Yeah, beautiful. We are going to talk up with Todd and grill him, see what the fuck's going on. No. Josh, I want you to send me a photo of that because I didn't quite understand what you're talking about on there, but I want a photo. We'll give it a share on the story. Tag me in on the story if you can.
Okay, I will. Talk soon, mate.
No worries, mate.
Catch you, mate.
Ciao, Josh.
Poor Todd.
He deserves it.
Yeah. Pick up the phone, Buckethead. Wait, Todd.
His bloody his screen might call because he hasn't done any guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, hasn't done his homework.
Or maybe he has.
Maybe he's out doing guerrilla marketing right now.
So we'll get, for listeners listening, basically one of the earlier episodes this season, we rung our friend Fish Dog, Todd Fisher, and asked if he could help us with some guerrilla marketing. We gave him brainstormed a few ideas, like, getting a poster on a bus stop. Well, pretty much what Josh is out there doing. Maybe we should be leading brigade, but we look to hire to
delegate,
give it out. That's also what big corporations do. Maybe we're not there yet. Maybe we need to be on the ground running it.
Well, maybe he didn't answer the phone. Maybe he's gone completely off the grid. He's gone into the guerrilla lifestyle. He's living in the shadows.
That's
only
very
coming
true.
out to put Good Boy Energy stickers on toilet bathroom walls.
We don't know. He hasn't been guerrilla marketing. So we set him up with that task. We want to check in now. We haven't actually checked in for a few weeks, so we'll get to that later on. Oh, he's calling back now.
Okay, so all that off the grid stuff's not true.
Okay. Hello, Todd. You're on the podcast.
Hey, mate. How you going? Just caught me eating dinner again.
We record this around dinner time. We do that on purpose.
Man.
Yeah. Brad always says, catch him off guard.
Always.
Speaking of dinner, what are you eating, Todd?
It's a chicken curry.
Oh, what kind of chicken curry?
I don't know.
Just a calm with chicken.
What type of chicken curry is this? Normal chicken curry.
That's my favourite kind of chicken curry.
Those abnormal curries. Get all those overseas.
All right, Todd. Well, enough small talk. We'll get into business.
Enough curry talk.
So where are you at with the guerrilla marketing? What have you done for us?
I've been putting some feelers out. You got
some irons in the fire, do you, mate?
Heaps of irons in the fire. Yeah. We can do stuff specifically on game days, which I think would be the best bet. And they have guerrilla stuff, like literally they have the moving billboards and stuff like that. Like people on like a scooter towing a billboard or something like that.
This is what we're talking about, the scooter dragging the billboard behind them.
And they said they got that plus a bunch of other guerrilla options on game day. So I'm waiting to hear back what they are exactly.
Right. Out of all the guerrilla marketing, I guess, avenues you've reached out to so far, what do you think our best bet is?
Well, I think the cheapest and best option and value for money that we have is, my thought was literally just go down to Officeworks and print out a bunch of A3 posters that just have a super simple message and a QR code. I was thinking I'd have scan here for Good Energies and just a big code and don't give any other context.
Wow. Here I was thinking you put no effort into this, Todd. That is one of the most beautiful ideas I've ever heard in my 20 years in podcast marketing.
I might have just thought of it then.
He's pulling a Hamish and Andy on last minute.
Cramming. That's why I didn't pick up first.
You said cheapest or best. In this case, cheapest does mean best. And I think that may be the winner. What are your thoughts on it, Brad?
Maybe at the front of Peter Rabbit we could get a Muriel.
A Muriel? like a wedding?
You're terrible, Muriel.
This is one thing that you just got me thinking with the Peter Rabbit there. There are so many untapped sort of audio spaces as well as visual spaces, Fish Dog, and I'm wondering, we have so many nice little tuck-away cafes, and we can sort of stream the pod. I mean, we've got now almost 30 hours of this Good Footy Energies podcast from season 1 up until now. I wonder if that doesn't find itself on a loop in sort of the B-side to D-side
Oh
cafes of Adelaide
really like
and Victoria.
That. I really like that.
Yeah. I think
that's a good idea.
That is actually a good idea.
And it also just by default ups our listeners by the exact amount of number of cafes that we get into.
Yeah,
that's great.
Well,
we could make up some bullshit like that you can't be playing unlicensed playlists in here, or we'll have to report you.
All right, Todd, we'll let you get back to work.
Yeah, we've been putting all those irons in.
I don't want to rush you, but
get those irons out the fire, sharpish.
Time is of the essence.
Hey, I was waiting for you to call me.
That's true.
Thanks very much, Todd. We appreciate all that effort that you just put in the last 5 minutes.
Well, everyone's out there going office works and just putting stuff, pieces of paper in the world.
Everyone's doing it.
Well, I did a tweet recently of, because like Josh was talking about, he must have done some. I didn't understand what he was saying, but he must have done some mock or play on the posters for the electoral campaigns you see around the place on the Stogie polls. And for our Melbourne listeners, just
power polls.
I had to look that up last night because I did a tweet about it, and I was like, I have a feeling Stogie poll may...
Adelaide family. They actually lived on the street where I grew up.
Moats with the knowledge.
He would.
What, Stovey?
Fucking loser.
What, wow. Jeffrey Stovey?
I smoke Stogies.
Anyway, I hiding place. Hide behind the power pole like you.
Yes! Dude, that needs to be on the...
Sorry, Todd, you can hang up at any stage, mate.
That needs to be on the soundboard. But yeah, I did a tweet how I'd love if I'd had one of them. I'd make my face just green, in editing, just weird green, just to freak people out, and be like, "I'd get all the votes."
Yeah, but you have to be like the yellow party. You have to be the opposite color of green.
Any of that resonating, Todd?
Massively.
Yeah.
Todd, we're not bogging you down with this guerrilla marketing because you used to be on the pod just doing skits and stuff. Are we? I feel like at the moment you're in an office with you got your glasses, you're rubbing your eyes, you're tired. You want to be a free spirit. Just are we? Did we give you the wrong role, Todd? Or do you need to hand it off to someone, or what do you think?
No.
Do we need an intern?
Is this you firing me?
Do we need to hire an intern? Look, you're not fired.
Outside hire.
Do we need an intern, or do you need an intern? Maybe we need.
I would love an intern. Maybe some free labour intern would be great
for the podcast. If anyone's,
that would be great.
If anyone wants to apply as an intern, feel free to message Brad on Instagram.
That'd be amazing.
One message away, and you can learn all the skills and have a laugh doing it.
Yeah, that's the best way to learn.
Well, let's sit with it, Todd. And if you want to hand off the guerrilla marketing, we'll go back to skits. We'll.
All right. We'll still get that intern coming anyway, and we'll work on that.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'll train him up to take over the role.
Easy.
Because I've had a lot of experience in it now. I could pass on my knowledge of being the marketer.
Beautiful. Thank you, Todd.
Can we just play you out, Todd, to Arnold Schwarzenegger, just sort of making sure everyone knows that he doesn't have to hide when he has his stogie.
After dinner, everyone ought to have a cigar. So I tried it. Well, the rest is history. I'm still smoking stogies. I love it, and he introduced me to something really good. And I know now the next question. Knowing you, being the interviewer that you are, digging in deep all the time, you will say now, what does your wife think about that? Let me ask you something. When my wife's father has introduced me to stogies, what is she going to say? She's not going to say my father made a mistake, because her father never makes a mistake. So therefore, it is okay. I can smoke stogies around her. I can smoke stogies in my house. First of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Thanks very much, Todd. We'll speak to you next time.
Better find that hiding place, Toddy.
That's amazing. See you guys.
Ciao, Toddy.
Enjoy your chicken curry. Chicken curry.
damn it, there's nothing better than going out there with your mates, just vibing, you know, kicking a banana from the boundary line, and suddenly you just see things are better. You know, everyone's vibes have lifted.
I guess we'll continue on with the round here.
It was a bit of a dud round. I think I didn't really watch anything, but just the Sunday programming is about as grim as I've ever seen.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Sam. That is where you're wrong.
Because Moats was away on his trip, and Rubes was from the group chat. I took it. Rubes wasn't, because Rubes was getting around the Saturday footy. I'm like, usually I'm the only one getting around the Saturday footy.
Saturday. No, I was talking about Sunday specifically.
Yeah, I know, but just in general. Rubes
just on that though, just on that, Snake. It's funny you mentioned that, because you text me obviously on Sunday with a Family Guy video, yet to watch it, and then I saw from that I was like, oh, did I text anything about football like on the weekend? And I saw that I text something about Brett Ratton. Do not remember watching any of Geelong and St Kilda.
You messaged about Hawks and Richmond as well.
Oh yeah, I do. Now I remember watching all these things.
Yeah. Your medium-term memory is really, really bad.
Really, really bad. But now that I'm back, I remember. I watched a bunch of football.
You seem to think that Brett Ratton was feeling it based on your message.
Yeah, I think he did like hell dap up at the end when they won. It was like hell strong.
He was just getting all the
hands. But it was like I reckon it was about 10 seconds left, and he was like, "Yep, you know, we've 100% got it." I just liked it. It was a strong dap. Connection.
Sounds really strong. I feel like was it with a player or a coach?
In the coach's box, right. Just as they do.
I feel like Brett Ratton's a really good bloke.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I just feel like he's a really good guy.
Yeah, he'd be a great guy.
So I'm happy if he's happy. Do you think that win's a big one for St Kilda? Brad, what are you reading into Geelong this year?
Well, Geelong, but they lost 2-1. No, they won away, didn't they? But they've lost a few.
Two at home? They played home?
They've been losing. They're not as...
What?
Just remembering when you said they weren't that good at Skilled Stadium.
Yeah. They played home?
No, played at Etihad.
That's a shame. That's a shame. Would have been huge if they played at home.
Yeah, it was important for Saints, because if Saints lose that, that's they're on the way down a little bit. They win that.
But they win it.
Same as Carlton.
Still going up.
Against GWS. They win. It's like, well, all right, now you're probably in business.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I
don't know who's going to fall out the 8 for Port to come in. I mean, because Tigers on the way up as well, and they're getting Dusty back. And
the Dogs still yet to get in the 8 too. Who knows with them?
It's a nice little Saturday.
That's it. Bit of bed bath and beyond.
Daiquiri timeout. Daiquiris.
Close. Close movie.
No cigar.
End of the day, it's probably all really irrelevant, isn't it? Like, Melbourne is so much better than everyone else, and
which is
Brisbane are then so much better than everyone else. What do you think?
I disagree with you, Sam.
I guess.
I think the issue with Melbourne is that they're too good.
Yeah, okay.
That's the problem.
Do you think they're cruising for a bruising?
A bit like...
Well, they could potentially not lose a game. I think they will this season. But I feel like when a team, wins the premiership and then is even better the next year, it's like solidified that they won't win the premiership.
He's just thinking Richmond Collingwood prelim that time.
Yeah, or even Geelong when they played Hawthorn in 2008.
Yeah.
Seems to be an ongoing theme.
In sport all around the...
Just saying.
Well, Melbourne are about to finally play some good people like Lions and Freo.
Yeah, so the jury's still out.
Coming up.
And I think they'll win all those games.
Some guy sent me a message because I think Melbourne scored 16-16 and they've won 16 in a row, and they won by 74 points playing at Optus Stadium, which is where they won the grand final by 74 points. They've had 16 in a row since then, or whatever it is. They're 16 in a row or something.
That's spooky.
And so someone was like, maybe that's like the portal closing, so maybe we'll start to see a couple losses. And then he emailed me. I should probably get his name up.
Let's call him Demon Supporter.
I think he's a...
I think he goes for the Brisbane Bears.
Ed Hawke. That's a good name. It's
Hawkeye.
like in the office or something.
I was thinking more like, sounds like a James Bond villain. Ed Hawk.
Ed Hawk.
What's the guy in the office?
Ed Truck. Sounds like someone that like would be friends with the parents in an American movie.
Absolutely.
Like, we're going to Ed Hawk's house.
We're going to Ed Hawk's house.
Coming up to his river house up in Maine.
It's New Vermont.
Trace that area.
It's autumn up there.
So maybe it's a new
See
season.
the foliage.
So yeah.
Rhode Island license plates. You don't see those.
Yes!
You know I like that. All right. So Ed Hawk, like, what's up? Yo, Brad, what's up? He said the Melbourne thing, and he's like, maybe it's a new cycle, a new journey for us all. And he's like, you know what's even more strange, even weirder?
He's standing right behind you.
Workaholics. This whole season I've been looking for a job, and I've been saying that if I get a job in time, let's fly down to Hobart and watch the D's versus Roos game. My dad and I are D's fans, and my friend Alex, a Roos fan, have never been interstate to watch footy before. It looks fun. We've all put it in our calendars. So this morning, a couple of days ago, I finally got a job, and I called Alex and said, pack your bags, we're going to Tassie.
Oh.
Then we noticed that the game isn't even in Hobart, it's at Marvel. We all swear that we saw the game listed as being in Hobart. It's almost as if we're in an alternate universe for a while, where Melbourne goes on a winning streak, wins the flag, and the D's Roos game is at Blundstone Arena. But now that cycle is complete, we're back in reality with the game being at Marvel. Alex told me North have never lost to Melbourne at Marvel ever. We checked and it's true. If North win this weekend, it will be called an upset. But if you look at all these factors, I think it will have been pretty predictable.
Wow.
I don't know. What do you reckon, Ed?
I'm going to comment on the change of venue. That's just purely due to the floating fixture that the AFL does these days. So that's purely administrative, not the supernatural.
I think it's supernatural.
So, yeah, and thanks for bringing up the winning streak that North Melbourne have at Marvel, Ed. Thanks for the jinx, dude. Yeah, I remember being in like probably year 4 or 5 at school, and Port Adelaide Power to that point had never beaten North Melbourne in the comp. I'm pretty sure. Don't fact check me on that. Just for the sake of the story, let's roll with it.
Yeah.
And I went around the school like really getting in the face of all the Port supporters, and yeah, guess what? We lost. So I feel like Ed's doing that at the moment, but in the reverse way.
I feel like it might be more powerful than a jinx, though, because a jinx only goes so far. There are certain things that override the jinx.
They have limits.
But we'll have to. Basically, I said I'm not sure if I even replied, but if I was going to, I would have said,
"Hey Ed, thanks for your email."
No, I did actually. I said, some good areas here. We shall wait and see how it all pans out.
That is such a crap response.
That could be an auto reply.
Yeah, dude. Oh, hey, shout outs, Ed Hawk. Ed Hawk.
He's getting pod time.
He's got pod time.
Yeah, he's got pod time.
I don't have time to give. I need to wait and see. I said, we shall wait and see. That shout deserves.
Is he Ed Hawk? Like, is there an E on the end or?
Yeah,
you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, is he related to Bob Hawke?
Yeah, that's my next question.
That'd be dope.
Bob Hawke.
That'll be dope.
Bob Hawke, famously from Perth. I don't know where Bob Hawke's from.
Those guys from North Melbourne.
All I know is a great Prime Minister.
So thanks, Ed. Yeah, I got
shout out to Ed.
Love the. I've already said this.
Say it again.
I think I was going to say it next time I did like an email segment. I was going to be like, mention how people send in. They don't know it's going to.
Brad's glitching.
They don't know.
It's funny tonight.
It might have been 5. Shouldn't it? That was so funny.
That was funny.
We were waiting. And I was like, and I'm thinking, that's the perfect time to come in and say it, man. Like it's all primed,
dude.
She's warm. Dude. It's ready.
She's warm.
You're gonna edit that run back into the bit. Yeah.
You know what I love though? I've just realised that there's been multiple things tonight where Brad's like, "Oh, that's supernatural." Mo's like, "Oh, actually, it turns out that you're wrong." Yeah, exactly. Brad's like, dude, they're taking it out. They're taking out the commentary. All right. It's a fucking conspiracy.
I literally said, I want to listen to the recording. I literally said, like, I'm pretty sure you said 5 before, and this one he just said 4. So like, maybe it's the next one. Yeah. And you're like, nah. It's this one.
Yeah, no.
And then you got fucking Bob Hawke's nephew coming on. telling us about Blundstone Arena. Anyway, I'm feeling good.
That brings us into Moats' ground of the week.
It's time once again for Moats' ground of the week, man. 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 Moats' ground of the week, man.
All right, and the ground of the week is Blundstone Arena.
Oh, get out!
Continue with the chat.
And that was Moats' ground of the week.
Is that in Hobart or Lonsey?
It
He doesn't know. I wonder who the Tasmanian team comes in. What's their home ground?
Well,
there's a couple of grounds.
This is a major point of why they haven't come in.
Well,
because
that made a major influence on me.
Major influence on me. But yeah, Launceston people don't go to Hobart, and Hobart people don't go to Launceston.
Really?
I'm reliably informed.
So maybe it's our journey as the Good Footy Energies podcast to try and bring
absolutely
the two different cultures in Tasmania together.
They could join up and be one mega city.
And you'd be quite literally binding Good Footy energies together.
It's like, Mr. Cheezel.
Yeah, Mr. Cheezel. Grandma's boy.
God, the dolphin. Swimming. Yeah, bring them all together. All right, here's what you do. It's like the old Wavell. Not that I was really...
The showgrounds?
I wasn't old enough for that. No. The one with where's that? Hawks used to play there. The old footy ground.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, Wavell. I did have right.
I thought it was Waverley.
I wasn't...
That's what I said.
Waverley. I didn't say that.
He said Wavell.
He said Wavell. I said Waverley. You talked while I was saying it.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, same.
I did talk.
So, yeah, out at Waverley, not that I was old enough to remember that. That seemed like a fair distance out of Melbourne.
Yeah, it was.
So what we do is we create the oval for the new Tasmanian team right in the centre of the Tassie.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're coastal, the two towns. And then everyone swarms in there. It's like a trek. You trek from no matter where you are on the island. It's a trek from the island, the diameter-wise. So you're just going straight to the heart, and there's Gopeki Tepi.
Yes!
The ancient ruins. And you dig it up. You dig No. You don't build the ground. You dig under, and you dig it out. And then it's like a drop.
And we're back
Whoa!
on the ancient civilization.
And then we find a bone, and we're like, we got to stop construction. It's like, the game must play. Anyway,
back on ancient civilization.
I didn't want to bring ancient civilization back to back, but if it comes, it comes, and if it rains, it pours. As
we know from the fossilized structures of Valhalla.
But just finishing off. He's making up. Just finishing off these. That'd be a good mascot. Some sort of like ancient mummy or something, or like
tonight.
Sphinx.
Tonight has been a doozy.
The Sphinx. So quickly, get your thoughts. Essendon, Sydney.
Essendon's banned.
Yeah,
Essendon's banned.
Luke Parker doing the shrugging. They're in a good place.
Keen to hear what do you think about the Luke Parker thing? Because I personally love it. I think he's allowed to do it. He's an absolute out and out star. Hard as a cat's head.
I just thought it was too many shrugs.
And who did he do it to?
Did it to Dylan Shield.
Dylan Shield. It didn't even look that bad. The situation.
Dude, yeah, but Shield probably deserves that.
So can I do like no real footy knowledge kind of question here? So I saw this sort of the shrugging of the shoulders.
Yeah.
And then I saw Matty Lloyd or some people talking about it as if something happened. But I was looking at it and I thought that person's shrugging their shoulders.
Yeah.
So tell me this, just to give me the significance of that moment.
He's sort of imitating him, sort of pulling out of the context, like being a little bit jumpy and scared. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, if that's banned, then...
I'm not a fan of Matty Lloyd coming out and saying that you need to go put his face into the dirt straight after, because Matty Lloyd didn't actually play that way either. So I thought that was a little touch hypocritical, but I think just maybe as a team they need to perform better.
Absolutely.
Well, I think Hebbel said just go harder at the contest. I mean, you don't need to go hit Parker or anything. Just go. No. Just show it at the next contest.
Yeah.
But if he did something like that, I would play around with that on the field. Like just go up to him, just like give him a kiss, a hug, or you know something. I did a status saying just be like Donnie from the Wild Thornberry.
That's so weird.
Just be real. Just go real weird on him, and then he'll be like, "What are you doing?" Like football, man.
Yeah. You doing Donnie, bro? You doing Donnie?
But yeah, also like Luke Parker isn't the sort of person that you can go up and intimidate. Like he's an absolute weapon.
You'd have to weed him out. You can't. Yeah. You can't do the old.
I love that approach.
Natural
intimidation. Is everyone sure that that's a? I thought he was saying. I thought he faked him earlier, and like he kicks a goal and then he does it. I thought that was the whole thing he was saying. Like he faked him. Like he went one way.
I didn't even see anything where she'll
get it.
Like when like pulled out.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
I just saw I just saw the highlight and it's him. I think it's literally from the centre bounce. He fakes someone, dude goes that way, and he just runs through and kicks an unbelievable goal from 50.
I think the moral of the story is that like Dylan Shield didn't go hard enough and
he pulled out.
I wonder how hard he'll go this.
I don't think he'll go much harder.
He's gonna go so hard this week.
I would.
He's gonna go so hard.
But Essendon, they're in a bit of a not exactly. It's not flowing necessarily. I don't really have any advice because I'm not on the inner. It's hard to really judge what's going on, and there's so many moving parts in a team. It's not like a person where you can give them a counselling session. It's like, how does that all work? I don't know. But their only advice is Zach Galifianakis once he was feeling just a bit depressed, mate, very slightly, and he called his mum up and said, "Mum, I'm feeling a bit sad," or whatever. And she said her advice was, go sit in the park, do some cartwheels and watch some people or something. And so that's the only advice I have is from Zach Galifianakis' mum.
My mum will tell me, have you had a shower? Like, run through the shower, you feel better. It always works.
Yeah, you know how some people, on the topic of depression, but some people, they're all like, some people will be like,
Brad's like, oh, depression.
Yeah, some people like go for a run, and some people like it's not that easy. But my suggestion, my fake suggestion is have a butter menthol. Mate, those things warm me up when I'm in the truck. If I didn't have my daily butter menthol in the truck, that's a different realm, man. It just completely changed.
Butter menthol is so niche. I was going to say similar track like a Werther's original. Just something to suck on.
It gives you like I swear,
it does.
It's warming me up like Harry Potter, something like the butterbeer.
I was thinking more like your grandpa with the Diet Coke.
The DC.
The Pepsi Max.
The Pepsi Max. Yeah.
That would cool me though. That would cool me. Yeah. Just on the butter menthols. Jesus, I don't know when you were at school if this was a running trend, but I remember like you were hot shit if you got butter menthols in the canteen. It was like, oh, I don't need food today. I'm just gonna get a stick of menthols.
That did not happen where we were eating the menthols.
I can't remember that happening when we went to school.
Yeah, you didn't go to school with me.
I was getting the menthols. we're not eating. We're substituting.
Dude, I remember specific people just getting the menthols and just munging them all day.
Get a chicken nugget roll, you sucker.
We went to modelling school. The only other game, it was good. Surprised Carlton beat GWS when it was Leon Cameron's last game.
I know. I was very surprised too.
Just cements that GWS have no ticker, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they're just not. Their form, they couldn't bring their form back. The coach leaving, so they're just.
And against Carlton, who are doing exceptionally well, nothing against Carlton, but you expect GWS to win that game, playing at home as well. Like that was just piss poor.
Yeah,
by them.
I think
it was.
Speaking to a couple of Carlton supporters this week, they sort of saying it's the most mature win they've had in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is mature.
It looks like they're a winning side now. They're not just sort of winning by accident. So
Kerno looked. We were watching Arnold Schwarzenegger videos earlier. Kerno just looked a bit stronger. Like, all right, he's filling into his body.
He's got the pump.
Here he is. He's quite tall.
He's got the pump.
But I feel like Leon Cameron reminds me of in Pineapple Express when he's like, yes. I'm tired. I'm going home to my family. Just gets to the point halfway through. He's like, I'm
That's
done.
so good.
Done.
That's so good. Dinner's gonna be cold tonight, asshole.
But I did watch the Suns.
Look at here, Mr. Folgers. What's up, sir?
One game I watched probably most was the Suns Freo game, because that was an interesting one. Because Freo's, they're up top of the ladder now. Here come my Sunny boys.
I saw it coming.
The Suns are interesting because
I cannot imagine having less interest in a game.
The Suns are interesting because, I'm like, all right, this is all right. But then I look at their forward line because Ben King went down there. You got Casbolt, Marbio Chol, and you do have a couple other tools, but I think they're your main two. Is there someone else?
Couldn't tell you.
Not sure. But, we had like Rankin and that. A few injuries as well. But it's like, I don't know. It's always with Gold Coast, you feel like they just got, like we said about last year, their forward line's always just a random bunch of a random crew of guys. We don't mind. And Chol was all right. He was crumbing them, kicked like Chol's 4. Good. And Casbolt is very moneyball because it's like he doesn't have a good kicking style, but he's kind of fit. He's getting those contested grabs. He gets the grabs, and he is kind of kicking goals without you. See,
and he's just a fucking enormous bloke. Yeah, how good is it having that guy on your team?
Yeah,
and he's like attractive, handy as well.
But like the rolling All-Australian team 2 weeks ago, like the whole spine was ex-Gold Coast players. It was like Stephen May centre half back, 2 metre Peter full forward, Tom Lynch centre half forward.
Yep.
And you're thinking like you had all these guys and you were worse off than you are now. Like what's happening?
Rory, you maybe had too many of them, but Rory Thompson back in is nice for down
Awesome
back.
Story.
Just feels right.
Yep.
And flogged Freo. No, they beat Freo. But Freo, I was looking at them and I'm like, because I'm like, I took a look at their list on the weekend. I was like, wait, what's happened? Like all of a sudden they're like up there. Really good list. Their forward line is the only place where it could maybe you want maybe someone else. I think Matty Taberner's injured, but he's probably their main guy. You had the big kahuna Tracy, who I don't mind, and then like Lob was playing second tall on the weekend, but he's probably better third tall ruck. So maybe mid-season draft, I feel like they should target. I don't really know if you can get someone in the mid-season. You need mid-season trading between the clubs. That's what you probably need.
You think yeah, okay, so we're just opening up a whole other can of worms now. You think that's a good idea?
I haven't really thought it through, but I like basically Freo should be having who's in the seconds playing well. Maybe a Doggies team or a Port team.
I saw someone on Twitter suggest that mid-year they should do mid-season draft, mid-season trade, and then also do a State of Origin game on that same weekend.
Why not?
It's never, ever going to happen.
Yes, they're doing an NBA All-Star weekend.
The State of Origin will never happen, but maybe if it was,
Majak Dor. Well, it's a Freo. He's the only player I know, sort of.
Big and tall.
Yeah.
Like, how good would it be if West Coast could just pick up, like, 10 players right now?
Dude, how good would it be if West Coast could just, like, get the 10 players they have to do something, like, good? I look at their team every week and I'm like, dude.
You're filled with guns.
Yeah, your team's good, all right? Don't give up.
We don't know how many of them had COVID and are still battling. But
everyone's fine.
That was weeks ago.
Years ago.
I think I'm all footed out, man.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about Hungry Hippos. We never even spoke about Port, though, Brad. What do you think about your power?
My power? Yeah, just ticking along. Very big game this week. Go to the next week if you can. Versus Geelong at Skilled. This is really...
This is it.
This is
the easy win for power then, Rube.
Grand final.
Geelong don't play that ground very well.
Port will win.
I know Rube's going to be in the shop with that radio on, Triple M style, and I'll be in the shop with my laptop out.
Just sitting in the change rooms.
And someone will come in. Do you mind? We are working here.
I love the idea of Brad streaming a game and hogging it all to himself while I have to listen to the radio.
No, I'll be muting it and then radio sync up.
Oh, yeah, we'll be
get on that.
We'll pausing.
How hard is it to do that, to sync up with the pause?
We've done it. We've done it before at your house.
Yeah, we have. At the moment, it's really easy because Triple M have not put their block on 15-second delay. So it's actually the other way around. So I just go a quick pause, play on the radio, and boom, it's synced up. Mute that stuff. I don't know who's commentating. Bloody I'm a Fox Footy guy.
Jason Dunstall.
Yeah. I don't actually mind some of those guys, but
I like him, yeah.
You're not here to harp on them. All right, we'll just have a little break now, and to play out to the break, there's a video someone linked me in of. It's an old Freo Collingwood game at the MCG 2003.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed, because they had all the lineups and like Freo in the centre field when they were showing it was Buckley and Matty Carr.
Yeah.
And I saw Matty Carr. I just was seeing Matty Carr in a new light. I didn't know he must have been the man. He's like their centre, good, yeah. And like it was just cool seeing him like just he's like the
in the heyday
being Matty Carr,
the best player. Like just didn't I never really knew he was like their best.
I'd be picturing Paul Hazelby,
and like
Troy
Peter
Cook,
Bell and all
Peter
that,
Bell,
and it was just
Sarah.
I don't know, it was just cool watching him. So I will show you some of that now.
Please do.
fast forward a bit.
Challenge for the Magpies today. I think the biggest challenge for Mick Moldhouse is just to keep his players' emotions in check because they will be riding high, and a huge challenge for Fremantle because they'll be playing Collingwood at their passionate best.
Wizard, mate.
Dude, Benny Johnson.
Oh, good tap.
Ben Johnson.
Good tap. He's quick. Here we go, Carr. Look at that. Oh, look at that kick.
Unreal.
See, then I was like, Matty Carr can play footy, man. I didn't know that.
Of course he can.
Just the way he kicked that looked Buckley-esque.
Yeah,
like that old school midfielder. You're the main one, just like real cash bang.
Kicked a goal in 19 games.
You said it perfect.
Like AFL footy.
Like back then, they knew they were the one, and they just always got it done, especially with their kicking. Yeah, that was everywhere.
Vote for your favourite AFL player and you could win a mobile phone from Telstra or a home entertainment package. SMS the full name of your favourite player to 0428 774 304. There's a weekly prize of a Sony Ericsson T68i mobile phone, which is capable of sending and receiving pictures valued at $900. Or the major prize, an entertainment package valued at over $20,000. Keep watching 10 to see if you've won. And who is this week's top AFL player? SMS now.
Energy. Data, analysis, guessing. This is the Dream Team Check-In with McVan.
Welcome, Tom McVan. How you going, man?
Hey, Rad. Very well, yourself?
Yeah, not bad. I'm here with the boys in the Royd Lounge.
G'day, boys.
Tommy Mac.
Macca.
Well, T-Mac, tell us all about it. How's the 102 footy going?
Yeah, it's interesting. This game's a great leveler. And I've always said that. So I think last time I spoke to you, I was high and mighty, top of the table, and he couldn't be touched. And now I've come crashing back down to earth, out of the 4. On the slide, lost a few straight. But you know, as I said at the top, the game's a great leveler, and this is what happens. So yeah, things haven't been falling my way lately, and I'm now in a bit of a desperate scramble to try and get them back on track before finals in 5 weeks.
Was it? I noticed a few people commenting they're maybe going to get rid of Cornelio this week. Are you one of those people?
Well, funny you say that. I have relegated him to the bench. I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, particularly with a new coach coming in. I mean, that could mean a wealth of new opportunities. That could be, absolutely, that could be a catalyst. So I'm not going to discard him, but he has been relegated to the bench, and young Samus Berry from the Crows is into the starting lineup, and he's
far out.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's a bit of a tackling fiend, and so he's in. Cornelio's on the bench and on notice.
I don't mind that. I noticed that with Berry a couple times, just going into the Crows midfield, and it's like Berry, he's not taking, he's going for it. And you know what you're gonna get from him.
Absolutely.
And he's like, all right, he's not just gonna give up the ball. He's in there for the real. I'm not saying this properly, but get in there, son. Well, and you've got my heart.
It's the Brad Hollis AFL breakout theory. He had 13 tackles this week, 9 the week before, 9 the week before that.
Wow.
He can't do much, but he can tackle. And as you know, Brad, that's how you cement a spot in an AFL side.
That's how you get started. The coach goes, What's Barry's stats? Like, what? Barry's not touching the ball. He's actually got 13 tackles. You know what? Get him in there because he's leading the way for the boys, mate.
That man's our new skipper.
Yeah. Give him the captaincy. But he's not getting possessions. Let me take. I'll find you 20 possessions. Share around. Bloody Jared Haitley's in there now. You know.
Yeah, and I picked him up too. So I've gone all over the Crows at the moment.
I like that.
I didn't mind Haitley's game on the weekend.
I like that.
So yeah, Haitley's actually getting. He was actually drafted as an inside mid, and the Crows are actually, for the last 2 weeks, they've played him as an inside mid without having to tag someone. And it's crazy what potential someone has when you buy, like, it's like if you bought a toaster and then took it home and tried to dry your hair with it. And it's amazing when a product is used for its intended use, how it can be successful that way. So
absolutely, well said.
Tom, I'm interested in hearing who have you slashed from the team recently? Who's coming out? Who's coming in? What's the message on the board at our 102 footy?
Well, this was in tragic circumstances on the weekend. We saw Zach go down as though he'd been shot by a sniper.
Sorry, what was the player name there? Sorry, we just missed that.
Zach Williams from Carlton, who had the calf/Achilles thing on the weekend. So he's out. I also took great pleasure in maxing Big Strawn, the Crows stand-in ruckman. He was in my side for all but 6 days and has swiftly been shown the exit. What a deplorable.
His magnet's currently sitting at the bottom of the Yarra River.
So Big Strawn won't be seeing this side of the 102 fence in some time. But they were the two that lost their positions this week.
Very nice, Tommy.
Got any questions, Rubes?
No, not really. I just wanted to maybe bring back to Canelio. Does that hurt Macca? Because obviously at the start of the year you were expecting big things from Stephen. Does it hurt you?
Too.
Yeah, and the Giants
too. It hurts me. I mean, the Giants are more or less my second side. I love them. And so it hurts a lot to see them underwhelm our expectations in such a fashion. But it's allowed me to bring in guys like Barry into the side. And as far as the Giants are concerned, I'm still quite bullish. If they can get a good coach in, I think, the talent's there for next year for something to happen, but I have to wait and see.
Absolutely.
Hey, T-Mac, it's DJ Jesus here. I wonder if you can hear me.
Yep.
Look, a bit of a non-AFL question, as I want to do with my questions to you.
You are known for them, yeah.
I'm just wondering if Melbourne still looks that good on you, mate.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but there does seem to be a fairly strong link between my complete demise in fantasy and the move over here. So I am going back across the other side of Bordertown this weekend coming.
Oh!
Footy in Adelaide, yeah. Going to go to the Saints Crows game, and let's just see how that goes. Ask me in a couple of weeks, DJ.
Beautiful.
That's good to hear. Thanks for letting me know you're coming over this weekend, mate. And looking forward to chatting with you.
Yeah. What is on the whiteboard, Tom, in the rooms? Do you have a message on there? Do you have a one-liner? Is there anything?
Yeah, there's 2 names. Jordan De Goey and Patrick Dangerfield. Start finding the fucking footy. That's what I need them to do. They're playing exclusive on the fucking ball. Their bodies are in perfect nick. They've got to find the footy. It's just those 2. That's it.
Yep.
Seems like an easy ship to turn around, T-Mac. Looking forward to seeing how you do that, mate. Let's check in with you in a fortnight's time.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Bless you, Macca.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Godspeed.
Cheers.
Always go full wingspan shepherd. Just like a bird. I will keep you safe, my son. Care for you like a shepherd to the herd. Always go full wingspan shepherd. Just like a bird. I will protect you, keep you safe from harm.
All right. That brings us to the end of another episode.
Another rep. Another week.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all the fans. Chuck us a like and subscribe if you're vibing. Do something algorithmic.
Let's take a daiquiri timeout. Daiquiris.
Have a daiquiri on us.
All 3.
25.
Do something.
This week's tweet. If it's on the desktop, could you get that up, please, Clarky? I got to the point where, because I haven't been keeping track of what tweets I've been saying at the end of the episode, so now I got to that point where I'm like, oh, wait, I don't know what I've said.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones I don't,
That's a pickle.
Now we're just in the wilderness.
Yep.
So if I ever double up, send me an email.
I don't mind the double up.
This one.
I tell the same 3 stories every time I'm drunk, and sometimes I can't tell which people I've told them to before, so I feel you.
That's really refreshing to hear Moat say, because I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Like, dude, I reckon I've heard the same stories
on loop for 25 years.
What's one of them?
They can't be mentioned on the podcast. You know what's funny though? Like I love Moat storytelling. No, there's no one better. There's no one better than Moat's telling a story.
Thanks, man.
Oh, shut up. I'll take that back.
No, I was being a nerd.
Nah, you know what? Fuck your stories, bitch.
That's why he's on the podcast. All right. This tweet, I reckon Philip Seymour Hoffman would have been good in Succession, playing like an advisor type role. You can't have it both ways, Logan.
I love that one. That was like a very visual tweet for me. I could see it.
I haven't seen Succession, so I couldn't visualize it, but I was imagining what it would be like.
Yeah, basically like big CEO in the big New York buildings, and Philip Seymour Hoffman would be perfect. He'd be like Logan, because he'd give it to Logan straight too. Oh yeah, because no one does, because Logan's the big boss. But he's like, Logan, you can't have it both ways. Because Logan wants it both ways.
He wants it both ways.
What about do you think Jon Favreau would be good on Succession as well?
He'd be pretty good.
Just feed him some dialogue. Just give him some dialogue.
Jon Favreau. Wow.
Brad's like, who
is
a
name? That's a name I haven't heard in 20 years.
Hey, Mo, tell us one of those Jon Favreau stories that you always tell us when you're drunk.
Johnny Favs. He'd be like, get me out of this car. That was so bad.
He'd be like, you can't have it both ways, Logan.
Stuff that up.
Oh,
that's all right.
You want to do it?
We can edit it out.
You're getting your salads and your patties mixed up.
Yeah, dude.
Jon Favreau would be like, let me open up the cabinet. Because you don't want it to be too lame.
Of course not. Not with that line.
Depending on what is in the cabinet.
Yeah, it's an Indian in the cupboard, which is obviously
hey, Vince Vaughn, we're doing swingers.
All right, he's back.
I wrote swingers.
Yeah, have you? You just like when people do impersonations of people, they often say I'm the person I'm doing the impersonation of. Like, I'm Jon Favreau. Yeah. I've never heard anyone ever say that.
Dude, he goes into Jon Favreau's house now. He's like, hey, Vince Vaughn, let's do swingers. Dude, you know what was a good tweet I saw once? Someone was like, every movie, whatever the movie's called, they should have to say that in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, they should have to. Because a lot of the good ones do. Rush Hour, I didn't realize at the start of the movie, he's like, no, the bad Asian guy, he's like, it's Rush Hour, or whatever he said.
Is there a problem, officer? No problem. Just rush hour.
That's why it's called Rush Hour.
Your alarm's gone off.
Anyway.
That's why it's called Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Beanie in the mud. There's a boy one. Moats is ready to go home. And to that, Moats, I'll give you the old two sailors salute. And we give it to the camera and we say, and... Wait, hold on. I won't do that.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.